6-0 Stanford versus 7-0 Utah State. It's a top 10 matchup here in Pac-12 play as number 7 Stanford comes to town to take on your Utah State Aggies. I don't really feel like we've played Stanford all that much in this series, but when we do play them, they usually result in really solid games. Josh Folk is the quarterback for Stanford, only an 81 overall senior quarterback. Doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, but is pretty accurate. Kona Nakamura is going to be the running back for Stanford, 84 overall. He's a receiving back, and he is extremely elusive. Elton Akbar is a receiver that we once tried to go after in recruiting. He's up to an 88 overall and is the number 1 target on this offense. Adonis Teamer is the best player on this defense that ranks number 1 in the Pac-12, number 8 in college football, and this defense only allows 13.8 points per game, which is 4th best in college football. A couple of things to talk about on our side. Anthony Tobin will enter this game with an increased risk of injury. Stephen Beebe is ready to go if we need him. We saw him come in after Tobin was hurt against Notre Dame, and he played really well. Derek Haslam will be coming in on a visit, the number 1 player in high school football. Who does he have in first place? That would be Stanford. So a victory in this game would be huge for that recruiting battle. Miguel Baca, a 5-star center, will also be here for this game as well, as we are wearing our black uniforms. It's a blackout here in Logan, Utah at Maverick Stadium as we look to take on an undefeated Pac-12 opponent, and this is one of the biggest Pac-12 games that we've played in the series. As Stanford will begin the game with a run of 2 yards to Nakamura, and this is Kevin German in the game now for Stanford. This is the backup running back, and he takes it to the outside with a nice in-and-out move, and he's going to put them to the 43-yard line in an instant. 23-yard rush. Nakamura checks back into the game and will take this to the right, and he's taken down, maybe a pickup of 1, as Juan Lima is there to stop him. 2nd and 9 now. Play fake. Up the middle goes the quarterback, and he's got close to a first down. That's Josh Folk scrambling on the play. 3rd and 1 now. Play fake. Folk gets out of the pocket, throws to the tight end, and it's caught for a first down. The tight end is 93 overall Gregory Lee, a blocking archetype tight end. So not the best pass catcher or fastest guy, but he is a really solid tight end overall. So first down at the 31-yard line. Nakamura up the middle, and he'll pick up 5 or 6 yards, taken down by our star linebacker, Christian Stuckey. 2nd and 4 now. Folk throws this one underneath, and it's caught by the tight end again, as Josh Folk has been pretty good here on this opening possession for the Cardinal. At the 17-yard line now, Folk play fake, throws out to the outside, and it's caught by Elton Akbar down at the 1-yard line. Here is German on the carry now, and he's going to be close to the end zone, but taken down a couple of inches shy. 2nd and goal now to the end zone, and that was intended for Kevin German, and nobody even knew that he was uncovered. He just could not find the football. 3rd and 1, German taken down for a loss by Stuckey. And Stanford's going to put their offense on the field to go for it. Utah State will call a timeout as they're going to talk about it on the sidelines. And it seems like Stanford talked about it as well, because they are going to just kick a field goal instead. But they take a 3-0 lead, a strong opening possession by Stanford, and Anthony Tobin will get the start. Here's the give to Xavier Blunt, and he'll pick up 3 yards on the game's first carry. J.D. Skillen being replaced by Alex Tuttle at center after the season-ending injury in the last episode, as Tobin will scramble and pick up a first down at the 36-yard line now. Tobin will get out of the pocket again. Anthony Tobin with another first down scramble. To the 50-yard line goes Utah State, as they will go play fake this time. Tobin on the move, throws this one. It's caught by Tyquan Garrett for a first down. Pickup of 10 yards, and Utah State moves to Stanford territory. Here's Ferkser now, and he's going to pick up 7 more. So Utah State with a pretty solid opening possession here. Here's Blunt up the middle, and he's going to pick up a first down to the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends in the game now. Tobin, play fake to Xavier Blunt. He's going to get out of the pocket, throws to the end zone. Caught by Tyquan Garrett for a touchdown. Utah State answers. It was an excellent first possession by Stanford, and then Utah State was able to put together an excellent first possession of their own, as Tyquan Garrett with another touchdown reception on the season and Utah State has a 7-3 lead. Here's a play fake to Nakamura on first down. Throw to the outside, caught by Elton Akbar. His third reception of the game, and it's only the first quarter. Here's Kevin German up the middle, and he'll pick up 5 yards before he's taken down by John Fowler. 2nd and 5 now. Play fake to Nakamura again. Josh Folk in the pocket. All day to throw, and he's finally going to complete this one to Elton Akbar. You're going to see a lot of 4-3 by Utah State in this game. It's a strong running game out of Stanford, and Utah State's going to try and slow it down. 2nd and 5 now. Here's Kevin German again up the middle, and he'll pick up 3 yards. 3rd and short upcoming for Stanford. Got to watch out for Elton Akbar in this situation. They don't throw it to him this time, but it's a first down for Stanford to the 21-yard line. Josh Folk has been perfect here in the first quarter. Give to Nakamura up the middle, and he'll pick up 6 yards. As Stanford is knocking on the door here on their second possession. Nakamura up the middle. He's got a first down to the 7-yard line. 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Same play as Nakamura will take it to the 3-yard line. As that will end the first quarter. 2nd and goal now. Here's Folk getting out of the pocket. Josh Folk will score. With his legs, the quarterback gives Stanford a 10-7 lead on the road as they look to really shut down this blackout crowd. Utah State looks to move to 8-0 with a victory in this one. Here's Zach Qualls in the touch pass, and Qualls will take this one for a first down and much more up to the 45-yard line. Utah State looking for a really good second possession as well. Blunt on the pitch now, and Xavier Blunt with a juke move, and he's going to pick up a first down instantly across midfield. Here's another give to Blunt. Look at the patient on display as Steve Giraldo's shaking up on the play, and he looks like he's in a lot of pain. We are showing a lot more patience in the running game moving forward. Instead of just being a get the ball and run as fast as you can, we'll show patience. Steve Giraldo with a bruised sternum, he'll be out for the rest of this game. Here's Tobin on 1st and 10, escapes the pocket and picks up 7 yards to the 23-yard line. 3 really good scrambles by Tobin in this game as Xavier Blunt puts his head down. He moves Utah State into the red zone now. At the 16-yard line, Tobin taken down for a loss. Back at the 21-yard line, 2nd and 14 now. Tobin on the quarterback draw takes it to the outside, and Tobin will pick up 8 yards to the 12-yard line. They put Xavier Blunt in motion on 3rd and 6 underneath, and it's caught by Tyquan Garrett, and they'll give him the first down on forward progress. Man in motion, 2nd and goal. Give to Xavier Blunt up the middle, and he picks up maybe a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Bunch to the right now. Tobin, play fake, throws it, caught by Ferkser, and he's in. Darrell Ferkser with the touchdown reception. What a wonky-looking play. That's not how that was designed. Tobin should have been rolling out. Instead, he just set his feet and threw it, and Darrell Ferkser was ready for it. Here's Nakamura now, and he's going to pick up a first down as he runs through the safety, Pat Snow. At the 30-yard line now, Nakamura up the middle, loses the football, and it's recovered by Stanford, the offensive lineman, with a heads-up play. 2nd and 7. Throw underneath, and it's caught by Kevin German. He's a couple of yards shy of the first down marker. Here's pressure on 3rd and 2, and it's intercepted by Miguel Catapano. Back-to-back games with an INT, and he takes it to the 33-yard line. Utah State with another interception on these Pac-12 quarterbacks. Last year, we had one of the best secondaries in the nation. This year, we were off to a slow start, but it feels like over the last couple of weeks, this secondary has really started to play well. As Utah State will take possession at the 33 and pick up 6 yards with Deshaun Lehman. 3rd and 4 now is Tyquan Garrett in motion. Here is Tobin stepping up in the pocket, and he scrambles for a first down. My commentary has been garbage in these last 2 episodes. Tobin throws to the outside. It's caught by Ferkser. Inside the 10-yard line goes Utah State. 1st and goal upcoming at the 7. Here's a give to Lehman. He puts his head down, running through people and scores. Deshaun Lehman with just pure determination to get across that goal line. That was some excellent power on display right there. That's 2 broken tackles and then fighting through that 3rd tackle as Utah State takes a 21-10 lead. 2nd and inches. Folks going down for a loss. Back at the 23-yard line. Dalvin Kubila and Juan Lima on the pressure. On 3rd and 8 now, and it's cut for a first down across midfield. And that will be how the first half ends. Utah State playing some excellent defense there. Stanford, they allowed the clock to wind down there to close out the first half, which did not make sense to me. They went hurry up on the play after the sack, but instead of getting a snap off, they went hurry up just to run the clock down to 2 seconds, and they ended up having a big play. Had they just called a timeout or gotten a snap off earlier, it wouldn't really have affected them all that much. So Utah State takes possession now to begin the second half as Anthony Tobin will scramble and pick up 3 yards to the 24-yard line. 3rd and 2 now. Here is Daniel Jones on the carry, and he'll pick up the first down to the 32-yard line. His 2nd carry of the game. He averages about 4 carries a game. Truman on first down will pick up 7 yards to the 38-yard line on the RPO. And they're going to go right back to him on pretty much the same play. And Truman's going to have a first down reception to the 44. Utah State on the move. They've scored on every offensive possession in this game. Jones will take this to the left and pick up 6 yards. And that's Adonis Teamer shaking up on the play. That's the best player on this defense. 3rd and 3, curl route. It's caught by Qualls, and he breaks a tackle. Qualls taken down finally at the 23-yard line as Utah State is knocking on the door. 2nd and 11. Here is Jones. He's going to look to throw. Daniel Jones will just tuck it and run, and he picks up 10 yards. I like calling that play with Daniel Jones. 3rd and inches. Give to Xavier Blunt to the right, and he's going to pick up the first down. Goal to go upcoming for Utah State at the 8-yard line. Lehman checks into the game. Fights his way down to the 2-yard line. Would later bring up 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. Here's Lehman. Give up the middle. And he is stuffed. Deshaun Lehman can't get the touchdown. And Utah State's going for it on 4th and goal. Here is Blunt. Scores. Xavier Blunt is sparking up against Stanford. 28-10 the score now as Utah State holds a 3-score lead against undefeated 7th-ranked Stanford. Here's Folk from the 13-yard line. Throws this one, and it's nearly intercepted by Pat Snow. Pat Snow is part of the reason why this has become an excellent secondary. As Dylan Garrison gets the sack. Back at the 6-yard line, and that's going to have Stanford forced to punt again. The 20th career sack for Dylan Garrison. As Tobin shakes the defender, throws, and it's caught by Ferkser. You just can't stop great play. Anthony Tobin here. Here's the pressure off the edge as he just slips the defender, keeps his eyes downfield, and finds his tight end for a pickup of 5. So 2nd down now. Tobin will not escape this one as Stanford will complete the sack on this one as Plummer gets back there. 3rd and 13 now, trying to set up a screen, and Utah State will unfortunately have to punt for the first time in this game. 1st and 10 now for Stanford. Give to Kevin German, who hasn't really been used all that much here since pretty much the first couple of possessions. 2nd down now. Folk throws to the outside, and it's broken up by Monte Khan. Monte Khan has also been pretty solid this season. Probably the weakest secondary player, though, as Andres Sosa with the pass breakup. Stanford punts again. 2nd and 7. Tobin will throw this one deep, and it is Tyquan Garrett unable to come down with it. 3rd down and 7 for Utah State. Here's Tobin underneath, caught by Zach Qualls for a first down. Hasn't been the most passing yards in the world, but it's been efficient. As here's Blunt to the outside, takes it, he's got the angle, and Xavier Blunt will take it all the way to the 31-yard line. 74 yards rushing for Xavier Blunt. They fake the toss to him this time. Tobin dumps it to Blunt, underneath, a spin move by Blunt, inside the 15-yard line. Utah State looking for another score down here. As Blunt will get the carry, he takes it back up the middle and picks up 4 yards. At the 11-yard line now, later would bring up 3rd and 1 at the 6-yard line. Here is Tobin in the pocket, throws, Blunt is wide open, and he scores. They tried to put a linebacker on him out of the backfield, And Xavier Blunt has just put together an excellent game. There's really not a whole lot you can do about that, as Utah State will take a 25-point lead against number 7 Stanford. I don't think anybody was expecting this right here, as it's caught for a first down. Stanford would need a miracle at this point. 3rd and 1. Here comes pressure, and he goes down. Sacked by Juan Lima back at the 30-yard line. And Juan Lima hit him with a little bit of a pump fake there. And now Folks getting up in the face of Lima, starting to mess with Stanford's emotions. They are heated. They are not enjoying this game. 4th and 9. Here is Folk. Throws this one deep. Intercepted by Sosa. Andres Sosa with the exclamation point on this game. And Utah State continues to dominate on defense. Stanford, it just feels like they have played like we play in a lot of games, where they came out flat in the second half, I guess, because in the first half they weren't that bad. Their defense, that ranks 8th in the nation, has just not been good. Their offense has not been good as well, but I don't think we expected their offense to be this excellent force of nature. But we did expect their defense to be dominant. But I'm not going to lie, when I was looking at their roster before the game, I wondered, how is their defense so good? Because on paper, they do not look good at all. It's filled with a lot of like low 80 overall players. Of course, you got guys like Adonis Teamer, but one player doesn't really change how a team performs. We're up 38-10 now, and Stephen Beebe is going to throw an interception. I'm not too worried about that right there. You know, I don't think that's indicative of how Stephen Beebe is as a quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback. But Stanford will eventually get a touchdown. Greg Lee, the tight end, on the reception. But it's going to be all little too late, as Utah State will win this one 38-17. I know that when you guys see the timestamp of how long this video is, you're going to think, why is this video so short? This is a top 10 undefeated Pac-12 matchup. The winner takes sole possession of first place in the conference. Well, we just blew them out. We dominated in this game. We scored on every single possession all the way up until about a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Xavier Blunt was dominant. We did lose Steve Giraldo in this game, but he'll be back for the game next week against Utah. So we don't have another season-ending injury on our hands. And of course, you got the interception thrown by Beebe, but I'm not too concerned about that. Overall, I think Josh Folk was decent. I think their running game was also pretty decent. They just were unable to sustain drives. And our defense is really good at perfect timed play calls. We can give up 60 yards on a possession, and you take it down to the 30-yard line. The problem is, though, we're going to get pressure there at the 30-yard line. We're going to sack you on 3rd down and take you out of field goal range. That's just what we do. That's what kind of team we have. John Winter had 13 pancakes on the day, a whole stack. Christian Stuckey with a TFL. Juan Lima, 1.5 sacks. Dylan Garrison with a sack. And then Miguel Catapano and Andres Sosa are 2 best secondary players with INTs. After this game, you see that we bring in Derek Haslam, the number 1 high school player in the nation, from Kahuku, Hawaii, a 5-star. He's our 3rd. And Miguel Baca from Chandler, Arizona, a 5-star center, is our 4th 5-star of this recruiting cycle. We've brought in a lot of recruits here. Haslam isn't the greatest player on paper, but I think that he is going to have a high overall to begin, and I think he's going to be an instant impact player. The college football playoff rankings has us at number 2 in the nation, only behind Alabama, although I believe we should be number 1. If the season were to end today, we would be playing in the Rose Bowl as a 2 seed, and I would love to be able to play in the Rose Bowl. I would love to be able to do that. Anthony Tobin, close to 2,000 yards passing, 20 touchdowns on the season, and he's also ran for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. This team has been really good. Anthony Tobin has had a couple of games where he's had multi-interceptions. He had the 1 interception against BYU, but he also had 6 touchdowns in that game. He's been so good for being a redshirt freshman quarterback. I talked about it at the end of last episode. I do have a plan on how I want to end this series, and it's probably going to end when Anthony Tobin goes to the NFL. Also, I do want to apologize again. My commentary has been pretty bad the last couple of episodes, and I want to get better at it, but it has been pretty rough. Hope you guys can stick with me here in the series. It is coming to a close soon. I don't know how soon, but we are hitting the tail end of this series. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.